Hello, this is Marina Georgieva again, and this is the second part of my video for the Metadata Digital project I developed. Part 4, Metadata Records, of this project represents a table, an Excel table that illustrates several records from my fictitious digital collection. Each row represents a single record from that collection. These here are the metadata elements: title, church name, church location, geographic coordinates. These are the columns, and the rows represent a single metadata record. I have 10 of these for this particular project. The metadata in all the fields is entered in a consistent fashion, following the guidelines outlined in the metadata application profile. Some of the metadata fields intentionally use repeated controlled values because they aim to replicate the browse functionalities from the drop-down menu when the search is filtered by the user, and actually this can be seen in part 2. So I'm talking about these values, like for instance, let's take this column. Right here we have some repeated values, controlled terms, right here. So let me move to part number 5 of this project so I can demonstrate why I used those repeated controlled terms. Okay, by applying the Excel filtering option available right here on a certain metadata field, in this case it will be an Excel column. I have selected the church type AAT. This is Art and Architecture Thesaurus. So this turns on the filter, and all the repeated values entered in this field in the multiple sample records are grouped together. By selecting a controlled term from the filter drop-down menu, we are able to retrieve only the records that have this controlled value in that particular field. Right here in the drop-down menu we have 4 values: cave churches, buildings, fortified churches, and monastic churches. Let's say I want to see all the records that have churches, well, let's do the fortified churches in their in this metadata field. So I select the fortified churches and click OK. So it retrieves only these 2 records that have this particular value in the church type AAT field. This is the same, but I'm using here the church type TGM, Thesaurus of Graphic Materials. This is the Library of Congress Thesaurus. Again, I'm turning on the filter, and from the drop-down menu I have just 2 values. Let's say I'm interested in Orthodox churches, and by selecting this value here, I will retrieve all the records that have Orthodox churches in this field. So out of 10 records, 7 of them have this controlled term in this particular field. And let's go to church location. So for the church location, I'm using Thesaurus of geographic names. This is the Getty controlled vocabulary. So again, I'm turning on this filter for this particular field, go to the drop down, and since I think that this has repeated values in it, I'm selecting the town of Ruse click OK, and then out of 10 records, I retrieved 2 records that have this particular value in this metadata field. This is a good example how the consistency achieved by using controlled vocabularies in certain fields which are assigned with browsing and searching functionality. This replica of the drop-down menu of the drop-down browse function facilitates the user who is able to quickly access all the records in a database which persistently use the same control term in that particular field. This concludes my demonstration. Thank you so much for watching.